Coming up on Torrance Today, tourism is coming back and one hotel hosts an open house welcoming future visitors. We have a special council meeting recap featuring a 94-year-old resident who receives a big honor. And want to get full college credit in half the time? Now you can. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Christine Lee. It's 4 p.m. on Wednesday, October 26th. I hope you're having a great day so far. Thank you so much for joining us. Here is our first story. LA County officials want us to rediscover our region with a brand new campaign. They rebranded their website Rediscover LA County and are focusing on helping us get out there again safely as more and more of our area reemerges after the peak of the pandemic. The biggest push still is for everyone who can to get vaccinated. COVID-19 vaccines are available for everyone 6 months and older. No appointment is needed at many locations. The county also offers the latest guidelines for masking, testing, and accessing medicines that prevent and treat the coronavirus. For more information, just go to rediscoverlacounty.com. Torrance is one of those hot spots in LA County that has welcomed back a lot of visitors in recent weeks and months. Hotel occupancy throughout our city continues to rise from nearly 79% in May to more than 82% last month. And one hotel wants residents and future travelers to know it's open for business.
We're really excited to see everything open back up. We're excited to have people back in our neighborhoods. Torrance has always been a great place where you can find a little bit of everything in a really short drive or walk, from good food to good beer, and just giving everyone a great place to just hang out and work and play.
Council members Sharon Kalani and Debbie Hayes from Discover Torrance also joined Morataya at this special event. Sonesta has been around for more than 80 years and is one of the largest hotel companies in the world. This Torrance location is right next to the 405 freeway at 1925 West 190th Street. It's pet-friendly and provides a flexible meeting space, a seasonal outdoor pool, and a well-equipped fitness center. They welcome staycationers and vacationers to drop by soon. The Torrance City Council met last night to conduct city business in costume for their last meeting before Halloween. A virtual ribbon-cutting ceremony marked the official launch of the My Torrance CA app. This platform brings City Hall into the hands of the community 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Users can report coyote sightings, wandering shopping carts, and graffiti, as well as make payments and discover fun events taking place throughout our city. Council members read resolutions honoring Richard M. Jones and Joseph E. Gonzalez upon their retirements from the city's General Services Department after 32 and 24 years of service, respectively. And the city leaders adopted an ordinance amending the Torrance Municipal Code to create a process for collecting delinquent water usage fees. You can catch replays of the entire City Council meeting here on our channel, online, and on the city's YouTube and Facebook platforms. Well, also last night, Congresswoman Maxine Waters' office presented a special honor to local veteran Frank Scarfo. City Cable's Kirk Lyons was there to capture the special moment. Kirk?
Thank you, Christine. I am standing with Mr. Frank Scarfo. He's a 94-year-old Army vet who lives in Torrance, and he just received a humongous honor. It's a congressional recognition from Congresswoman Maxine Waters. Mr. Scarfo, first off, congratulations.
Well, thank you, sir.
I want to ask you, how does this make you feel being recognized for your years of service as not just Army service, but counterintelligence service? How does this make you feel?
Well, I feel, I'm very happy that Maxine Waters, I really appreciate what she did. I mean, it came as a surprise to me, really.
Right, because they didn't tell you about this.
We met in a little coffee shop one morning, and she was interested in knowing what I did, and as a result of that, it came about having this event come about.
Amazing. Let me ask you, your years of service in the military, can you talk about maybe one or two of the highlights for you? What are some of your highlights?
You know, I got drafted right after I got out of college back in West Virginia. I got drafted. I went to Fort Jackson, South Carolina for basic training, 13 weeks. And last week I got called into the office, and I had two choices. One, going to Fort Benning, Georgia, becoming an infantry officer, or going to Fort Holabird, Maryland, become a counterintelligence agent. And I chose going to Fort Holabird. And after I graduated from there, they sent me to Italy. I spent 6 weeks in Salzburg, Austria, because the ship landed somewhere in Germany, and then from there took a train into Salzburg. I was there for 6 weeks. From there, they gave me a car and an administrative aide and told to drive down into Italy to Livorno. And that's what I'd never been there before. And, it was during winter and snow. There was no side railing on the road or anything. They had a pole with a white pole with a red top about every 100 feet, Make sure you don't go over the hill with the car.
Well, you've had an amazing life and an amazing career. 94 years old. For the people out there watching, how about like some life advice? What would you say to someone, who's, you've, like I said, so much experience. I think you need to share it. What would you say?
Well, I would advise somebody like that, to seek the best education they can have, and then go into their choice of life that they want to do. Because I chose, once I got out of the Army, to go into space work. And I went to work for the Aerospace Corporation, and I worked with Dr. von Braun of Germany, building a spacecraft to put the man on the moon.
Wow.
I worked with him, and he died at the age of 65, poor guy.
Literally, I think we found the most interesting man in the world. There you have it, a fitting honor for a distinguished gentleman and someone who has served our country so honorably.
I'm sorry I can't, I'm 94 and a half years old now, 94 and 5 months.
But you're still driving.
I still drive, yeah. I'm still able to drive, but I have a hard time walking.
There you have it, Christine. Back to you.
Thanks, Kirk. Thank you for your service, Mr. Scarfo, and a happy early Veterans Day to you. We have another story about a local hero, this one coming from Japan. Chief Culinary Specialist Juan Villarreal received his anchors from his son Aiden this week in Sasebo, a city on Japan's Kyushu Island. He is from Torrance and currently assigned to the forward deployed amphibious assault carrier USS American. This priceless event happened during a Chief Petty Officer pitting ceremony in the ship's hangar bay. The ship enhances interoperability with allies and partners. It also serves as a ready response force to defend peace and stability in the Indo-Pacific region. Well, it's Red Ribbon Week, a time to raise awareness about the importance of living a drug-free life. And our Torrance firefighters visited Arlington Elementary to share this important lesson. They say Red Ribbon Week is an alcohol, tobacco, and other drug and violence prevention awareness campaign. The Engine 91 crew was there during morning assembly to encourage the young students to make smart decisions. Red Ribbon Week is the largest drug abuse prevention campaign in the U.S. It's also National Lead Poisoning Prevention Week. It's especially important right now for us Californians because the state is replacing water lines that contain lead over the next several years. Here are some tips to keep in mind to help prevent lead from creeping into your drinking water. Check to see if you have a lead service line. Use water filters that are certified for lead and get a blood lead test for kids. Lead is a type of metal that can be found in and around homes or buildings in paint, soil, and dust. It can be dangerous if not managed. For more information about lead poisoning and prevention, visit ph.lacounty.gov/lead. Another way to stay healthy is to have conversations about topics that you may be concerned about. LA County and a number of local organizations will have a virtual meeting tomorrow to talk about reproductive coercion and access to sexual and reproductive health care. This comes after the overturning of Roe v. Wade, and participants can learn from professionals in the healthcare and domestic violence advocacy fields about what local and out-of-state reproductive care looks like right now. October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and organizers hope this opportunity helps more people to better understand how to serve survivors navigating through challenges around reproductive care. The panel discussion takes place tomorrow, October 27th, from 12:30 to 2 p.m. Well, if you want to help a good cause, how about grabbing some Italian for dinner tonight? The Restaurant for Roses fundraiser continues, and this time it's at Aliota's Via Firenze, only for tonight from 5 to 9 p.m. It's been around since 1999 and is located at 4485 Torrance Boulevard. Be sure to present the flyer when placing an order, so 20% of the tab can go to support the Torrance Rose Float Association. The nonprofit and its many volunteers are working hard to create next year's float. You can grab a flyer at torrancerosefloat.org/calendar. El Camino College now has shorter classes to help busy students cram in a lot of knowledge. Starting this week, ECC offers 8-week courses. That means students can take a full class in half the time. College officials say they recognize that the usual 16-week semesters may not be ideal for some students, and others who missed the August start date may still want to learn. So this new option allows those learners to complete a class by mid-December, even if they start now. For those still thinking about it, College Night returns on Wednesday, November 9th. It takes place at 5 p.m. at the Student Services Plaza and will showcase the many opportunities available to students as they pursue a high-quality education that leads to university transfers and careers. Well, still ahead, it's Wellness Wednesday, and we'll take you inside a special event our city's Social Services Commission organized to make sure our local veterans are appreciated and staying healthy. We'll have more when we come back in 60 seconds.
So we were walking to school. At the corner, we waited for the traffic light.
I started thinking about lunch. Mom packed me turkey and cheese.
She's
I really
smart,
want cheese pizza,
but
like at Luigi's.
sometimes her mind
They
wanders.
have this video game there, and Kate's got the high score. We should have a sleepover. Maybe I should pack my pajamas.
I remember saying, Laura? Laura,
I think I heard Mom say something.
the sign says don't walk.
Sometimes it's so overwhelming.
When we finally got there,
She gave me a hug goodbye.
I really hope she doesn't
I
have
really
another
hope I
bad
don't
day
have
at
another
school
bad day at
today.
school today.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free online resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Here you'll get personalized recommendations, practical tips, daily access to experts, and more. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. On this Wellness Wednesday, we want to take you back to a special event we held right here at the Civic Center to honor our veterans.
I went in 1967, and I got out back home in 1969, and most of my time was 14 months in combat. It was the scariest time of my life, and actually one of the most rewarding times of my life.
We help connect veterans and military family with resources such as housing, employment, healthcare, financial assistance. I'm a veteran myself, so I can relate to the struggles and the hardships that we face transitioning out of the military, as well as everyday life. And I'm just very passionate about giving back.
The great thing about the VPAM program, not only do they hire veterans such as Davina, but they also hire MILFAMs, military families, and I am a veteran's spouse. My husband was in the Army, he was a Ranger, and so that's what brought me to to come in and to support the families as well as the veterans.
My father was a vet, my grandfather was a vet. In my family, we have veterans going back to the Civil War. And I'm just proud to be here. I'm proud to be just to honor the military veterans today.
The Veterans Appreciation Lunch and Resource Fair connected all participants with essential services they may need to stay on top of their health and truly enjoy the fruits of their labor. They also enjoyed a free meal while city leaders and other distinguished guests showered them with heartfelt words of encouragement and appreciation. City Cable is preparing a special virtual program for Veterans Week next month, so stay tuned for that as well. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torranceToday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.